shakedown. Everybody off their bunks. Strip down to your boxer shorts. Get in the day room. Well, we all get down to our boxer shorts. We go in the day room, and we hear them dumping everything that we own into a single pile into the middle of our dormitory. All 70 inmates' property dumped in the same pile. Well, whenever we came out of the day room, on our way back to our bunks, they tell us, welcome to Columbia CI.
All right, good afternoon. This is State of Florida versus Stephen Testa with multiple cases before the court.
All right, so right now I'm about to link with two of my dogs who I was in prison with for years. I think we did like 3.5 years together. We were in the same dorm. We were actually blessed to be in a college program together and get our college degrees while we were in prison. But not only these my dogs, these my homies, but these are soldiers in Christ who I was just blessed to be able to link with, fellowship with, live life with, and just watch the Lord use these men just as mighty warriors alongside myself and everybody a part of the ministry, man. Karugma, that was the gang, that was the body of Christ, that was the ministry. And just to grind on the compound, man, to serve our fellow, convict inmate population. So I ain't seen these boys for a minute. So my dog, Elliot, Dev, he was there my first day out, but I ain't seen him since then. But my dog, Anthony, I haven't seen since the chain gang. So I'm excited to see them right now. I'm about to pull up on them. But listen, man, I didn't tell Ant that Elliot was coming, that Devro was coming. I wanted to surprise Ant, but I don't know where Devro is. And last he texted me, he said that he was getting pulled over. So I don't know what's going on. I pray my dog didn't go to jail. He ain't picking up the phone. I don't know what's going on. So y'all stay tuned, man.
There you go, baby.
Oh, what's up, bro? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Dang, my dog's skinny, bro.
Yo, yeah, I lost a ton of weight, man.
You looking good, huh? Good to see you, G.
Healthy, man.
Where's you brought your wife, ain't you?
Yeah, she's at the car.
Okay, where's her car at?
Right out here.
Good to see you,
Come
G.
on, man. Look at you, man. You got you a pastime?
Huh?
This is you?
Yeah,
This
man.
What you do?
Nah, as far as videography is like a new thing for me. I just wanted to capture this because I want to put you on the Incarceration podcast, G.
Man, it is great to see you in this moment, man. You have no idea. How's the Lord been working in your life?
Oh, it's been dope, bro.
He's absolutely been blessing me over and more abundant than I can ever believe, man.
Hey, it's been, what has it been, like 4 years? 4 years since I see my dog, man. Yeah.
4 years.
You think so?
Absolutely. 2019 was the last time we saw each other. And yeah. The first day at Columbia CI, well, to understand that, you got to be aware of how overjoyed I was to get there. You know, I had only been in prison for about 6 weeks, and I got a summons to come to the lieutenant's office. And the lieutenant, she tells me that I've been selected out of 110,000 inmates in the state of Florida to participate in a program that only required 72. Would I be willing to go to Columbia CI? Well, anybody that knows anything about Columbia, well, no, I don't really want to go there, but this program, you know, it's something for me to do while I'm incarcerated, get a degree, you know. So yeah, I chose to go. So we get there. I say we, there was 3 of us on the bus that came with me to get there. And we get into a dormitory and we put our stuff down, and there's about 15, 20 people already here. And as the day progresses, more and more are coming to where we have about 60 guys, maybe 70 guys in the dorm at the end of the day. Well, we're all getting to know each other real well, and, you know, understanding our new surroundings and who we're going to be living with for the next 2 years. And we get the call, everybody on their bunks. So we get on our bunks. Well, they come in, they tell us that it's a shakedown. Everybody off their bunks, strip down to your boxer shorts, get in the day room. Well, we all get down to our boxer shorts, we go in the day room, and we hear them dumping everything that we own into a single pile into the middle of our dormitory. All 70 inmates' property dumped in the same pile. Well, whenever we came out of the day room, on our way back to our bunks, they tell us, "Welcome to Columbia CI." And that was our first day at Columbia CI. But as we were there, we had some pretty good times. You know, we were 70 guys all banded together, secluded from the rest of the compound. We were in a program, had our own computer lab, and man, this was what we were going to do for the next 2 years. And it worked out really cool. We had some really good times, met some really good people. Ended up having a relapse while I was there. Smoking Tucci, or what they call Tucci, it's spice. But ended up having a relapse. Spent about 6 weeks in Lake Butler because I broke my leg. And when I came back, I was smoking Tucci and ended up having an episode to where I gooked out in the bathroom, unresponsive, and they're screaming the top of my lungs. And this is just at the time where about 15 officers are going to choose to come in and say hello to the program. Well, of course they see me floundering around in the floor in there, and they make everybody go to their bunks, and they come in and they're trying to figure out what to do with me, looking like a fish on the ground. And they finally, I guess they got medical down there and got me up into the wheelchair. And as they're wheeling me out the door, I didn't know this at the time, but they told me later. As they're wheeling me out the door, I broke out into the Lion King song. Oh, wee, bum, away. And they said I sang that song all the way out the door and all the way down to medical, where I was put in handcuffs, put into solitary confinement, and removed promptly from the program. And that's all I got to say about that. So, the drug of choice right now inside of the Florida correctional institutions is this thing called Tucci. And what Tucci is it's a form of like K2 or spice, but it has been blowed up to the 10,000th degree to where it is 100 times more potent. And it usually comes in the same form as K2 on some sort of base, but you know, for purposes of getting it into the institution, it has to be on either paper or, you know, some other thing that can be mailed in or easily transferred by, you know, staff or other inmates. And you cut it up and you smoke it. And whenever you do that, it's an instantaneous buzz. You don't even have a chance to blow it out before you feel it. And if it's powerful enough, it will send you into what they call a gook out. Now, a gook out is whenever an individual is completely incapacitated, or that's not the right word, completely not in control of his own mind or his own body. He will do things like scream and contort himself into all sorts of crazy positions, stand up and do a comedy hour. I mean, there's no telling what the reaction will be when they smoke it. And in order to get it, you know, like I said, it comes in through various channels into the institution, but you know, you got the guys that are what they call the plugs. They're the ones that actually have the abundance of the Tucci. And then you have, you know, your little soldiers, your lieutenants. They're the ones that get out and sell the Tucci, you know, and it comes wrapped up. You can get what we call a cap for 50 bucks. And what a cap is a chapstick cap, full to the brim. That's worth 50 bucks. Okay, that you'll usually keep the average geeker or a Tucci head high for about 3 days. But you usually only get $5 bags. And what it is a little bitty square, about a centimeter by centimeter, inside of a piece of paper that's been wrapped up so tiny. Oh man, one of the craziest things I've ever seen was we were in the dorm and there was a counselor actually inside the dorm speaking to us inmates, and these two guys started arguing. Not really sure what it was about, but before you know it, the one guy credit, he has got a shank and he is stabbing this guy Cam in the back, right around the back on his side, right beside where the counselor is sitting. And the whole time this is going on, we're trying to prevent her from seeing it and finding out. And she never finds out. She never seen it. She never seen these two grown men trying to kill one another feet from her while she's trying to do something good for us inside the dormitory. It was just crazy. One of the craziest things I've ever seen. I got saved April 5th, 2015 at Teen Challenge, Pensacola. I already had a case hanging over my head, so I had to transition from being saved, fresh in the Lord, to going straight to prison for 5 years. Now, I had been to prison twice before that, so I wasn't new to the prison experience, but what I was new to was the prison experience as a child of God. The entire 5 years that I was away, I was protected under the umbrella of Christ, man, because I was a saved man. It was a different experience than the other 2 times I had been to prison, whereas I was blessed, continuously protected and cared for, and met some really good people and created some really good bonds. But then I got out September 20th, 2020. And all I had ever known on the streets is a life of a drug addict, of a criminal, of a thief. And now I'm returning for the first time as a saint. The struggles that were previously there were still there. The drugs, you know, the availability of that, but yet the desire was gone. So I didn't have problems with drugs, but what I did have a problem with was adjusting and having my family trust me again. They never knew this Dave. They never knew saved Daves. All they knew was the troublemaker, the drug addict. So being this new man and seeing them still treat me as the old me was disheartening. It was tough, trying to gain their trust and show them through my actions that I was no longer that man. There was a few times where I almost gave up, but for God placed people in my life that prevented me from making those mistakes. I got married, got involved with a business partner where we created a fence company, a successful fence company, and here I am 2.5 years later, doing better today than I've ever done in my entire life, being respected by the community from which I once did nothing but take from. And I've got the respect of my kids. And to me, that is my greatest accomplishment. And my greatest gift from God is the respect of my kids and a legacy that I can leave to them and a name they can be proud of.